Now, what I would have heard was a valid point made by a young person. Um, they indicated that most of these guns cannot be brought into this island by the masses. They don't have the funding to do so. Um, so there is going to always be this speculation of where do these guns come from that create these crimes. The drugs that come into Barbados, they cannot be facilitated by the masses. They do not have that income. Um, so one of the key things we have to also look internally is what are the systems that are creating this environment to control our youth. Um, so although you may say, crime is created by the 95% of our Black Caribbean descent population, it may be facilitated by other means. Um, because we do know that the majority of our Black population does not have these means to facilitate these things. Um, Granted, I'm not here to create a situation where we're pointing fingers. I'm just exposing what I consider as truth. And we can debate this, and I welcome you to have comments on this to determine if I'm saying what I'm saying is true or not. Um, However, it is important that we also understand we live in this small rock together. And if we don't change our course correct, it is a small island. And if we start to distrust each other without truly understanding what necessary to change our direction, which is admitting the truth, admitting your past, putting your past behind you, and understanding that the future needs to be a collective approach where all of us see each other as brothers and sisters in Christ and whatever you choose to believe, but I believe in Christ. If you can come to that realization that when you look at someone else, they have circumstances that made them who they are, and it is your responsibility to understand who they are. Try to put yourself in their shoes and then be in a position to then start having dialogue and conversation. We generally get along, but there's still divisions. Divisions in classes, divisions in race, um, divisions based on money. Um, those things really don't need to exist. We are all one. And if we row in a boat and we row in two different directions, you will get nowhere. However, if we row and we have two rows of people rowing left and right, and left is rowing and right is not rowing, you're going to go in circles. However, if we all row in the same direction, there is no limit to where you can go. The ocean now becomes opportunity. So I just want us to understand that as much as you have a past that may be negative, although there's maybe some distrust in certain areas of our society, if we can just put it aside for a bit, start developing a ear to listen to each other and start talking at each other. We sit down, we kind of look at the other North American states and say, well, they're not talking, but neither are we. We're sometimes doing the same thing. We're following a pattern. Do not. So that is my view as to how we should really kind of approach these things.